Hi guys, today we're talking about my favorite season of the year and my favorite makeup item, fall blushes. I did this a few months ago with spring and summer blushes, so I thought I'd do one for fall, and this also kind of falls into the whole winter theme as well, so I'm just gonna lump this into my 8 favorite blushes for fall and winter. Today we're going into more of the deeper tones, and I do have some lighter ones in here, so there's enough to please everybody, I think. And we're gonna start off with what I'm wearing right now. This is one that I get a lot of questions about. It's just this really unique, beautiful plummy shade. It is very, very pigmented. If you use a light hand and you blend it out really well, it's a nice way to get that plummy shade on your cheeks, and it's just definitely fall appropriate. I love the Instains from the Balm. I have 3 of them, and they're just all very pigmented, and they last all day long. They definitely live up to the name. I also had this in my spring summer video because it's one that you can have all year round. Although it's a really sheer and light blush, I wanted to mention it in this fall video because it's rose gold, and I really associate rose gold with fall, hence my nail polish. This is one that you can rock when you want to really go light on the cheek and then go heavy on maybe the lips, or you want a really smoky eye and you just want to balance everything out. This is the one that I would reach for if I want that kind of look. So you're not going to be able to see it too much on my hand, but it's just a very nice and sheer rose gold that really makes your cheeks glow. You don't need any additional highlighter or anything like that. And this does not have chunky glitter if that's something that you always stay away from. This is more of a sheen more than anything. It doesn't even have like shimmer particles. It's just a beautiful sheen, and it just gives you a healthy glow on your cheeks. And before I move forward, I just want to say that these are just blushes that I love for fall, and it doesn't mean that you have to wear these types of shades for the fall and winter. The beautiful thing with makeup is you can wear any shade you want all year round. So these are just suggestions, and in case you were looking for some fall blush ideas, I thought I'd put this video together. So I came up with the 8, and now we're gonna move on to drugstore. This used to be my favorite Milani blush, but oh my gosh, now that I swatch it on my hand, it is so beautiful. It doesn't have big pieces of glitter either. It's just a beautiful sheen. I personally use it year-round as well, but I love rose gold in the fall. I think I like rose gold in the fall because it's my way of still wearing pink, but in the fall. Like, I don't want to wear pastel pinks. Even on my nails, I will wear rose gold versus like a pastel pink. That's just my preference. So that's why I think I associate rose gold with fall. I just love it. If I had to choose one Milani baked blush, it's going to be Berry Amore. And don't let the name fool you. It says Berry Amore, but it doesn't really have a berry tone. It's getting a little powdery over here. Okay, it's not that powdery when you apply it, don't worry. I was just like getting really aggressive with my swatching. Here, it's actually going to look really similar to Rose d'Oro, and it really does look similar. Like, you're almost not going to notice too much of a difference. But to me, Berry Amore is just slightly more cool toned, and I tend to like cool toned products on my face. That's just how I am. So I think that's why I just adore Berry Amore a little bit more than Rose d'Oro. Milani Baked Blush is my favorite blush from the drugstore. So there are 3 of them in this video, by the way. There's one more. So yeah, Berry Amore is a great one, but again, it is not really a berry shade. It's not like a purple or anything like that. It's just a cool toned rose gold. It sounds kind of weird, but that's just how I would describe it. And that's also how it is on my skin tone. With makeup, I always say this, with makeup, it's gonna look different on everybody. So it may look like this on me right now, but it may look a lot more berry on you. So I don't know, but that's just how it is for me. This is the most pigmented out of the 3. It is a really nice deep wine shade. I would say that you have to use a stippling brush for this, because when I applied this with a regular blush brush, it was just way too much. I had to buff it out so much for it to look semi-decent, but even then it was still really crazy deep. So whatever, but I think this is good for when you want to just look like you've been outside a lot in the cold and you just came back in, you know? It gives you like that nice look, and it's also really sophisticated. The strange thing about this blush though is it's like one of the worst ones to swatch. So the swatch will like disappear, like it's really powdery. But when I apply it, I really like it. So I don't know what the deal is. So don't let the swatching fool you. I just suggest trying it on by actually applying it on your face and then seeing what you think of it, because I personally like wearing it. It lasts a long time on my face. It does not disappear. It's very, very strong. It wouldn't be a blush video without me talking about a master highlight. So this is a Maybelline Master Highlight Blush in the shade Mauve. And this is the perfect master highlight for fall. It has this beautiful gold sheen to it, and it just makes your cheeks glow. This is another product where you do not need to add additional highlighter. Any of these blushes are really good, so if you just go in the store and you prefer another one, then go for it. I also recommend that one. I love all of them. But don't let it intimidate you, because I know some of the purples in there may look a little bit daunting, but when you swirl them all together, it just gives you this really pretty, healthy mauve shade. This next one is a traditional pink. I wanted to mention a pink in here because there are a lot of us that love pink blushes, and this one just has a slightly more berry tone to it than just your typical pink, and this is the Physicians Formula Happy Booster Blush in Rose. This is another one where I like all the shades of this collection, so any of them will do, but if you want one for fall, I recommend Rose. This is another one where you just swirl the colors together. There are some hearts over here that are a little bit deeper, and then up here it's a little bit lighter, and it all just works really well together. So again, it is pretty much a pink, but it's a little bit deeper, more of a raspberry color on me than just your typical pink. So if you want something a little bit deeper and pink, I recommend this one. And I love the Happy Booster blushes because they're all really pigmented, really beautiful to work with, and they don't really have a sheen to it, but it's more of a glow from within type of look. And it's just so, so, so beautiful, especially if you add highlighter on the tops of your cheeks with this. Oh, so good. The last blush I'm mentioning is the one that's probably the least expensive, but just as good as the rest, and this is the Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. When you apply it on your skin, it's just so soft and buttery. And this is warmer than Red Vino from Milani. This will give you more of a glow from within look because it does kind of have like that satin finish. And this is also really pigmented, so I recommend using a stippling brush when you apply this. And when I say I recommend using a stippling brush, I think a good one that's really affordable is the one from Real Techniques. I ordered another one actually recently, but it is the one that I always use to blend out everything. If you've seen my videos where I apply makeup, I will always blend out my bronzer and my blush with the stippling brush. So I just recommend it for also applying really intense blush like this one. I hope this was a helpful video because fall blushes can be a little bit intimidating since we tend to want something a little bit darker, a little bit deeper, and a lot more pigmented than what we usually grab for. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these blushes. Maybe you have one of them, or you maybe have all of them. I don't know, because some of us are like on the same wavelength. We see eye to eye and we have like the same stuff. So let me know in the comments if you have any of the same blushes as me, and I want to know the blush recommendations you guys have for fall and winter. Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye!
Since we were just talking about rose gold, this is my favorite. Nope, that's not it. Whoops. Here we go. Okay. Every time I swatch blush, I'm like, oh my god, I love it so much. It's so beautiful. So I wasn't filming, and I don't know when it stopped filming. I forgot to press record at one point. I think it was after I switched out the battery. I just kept talking like, you know, the camera was on the whole time or something. So I went through the whole rest of the video and I was not recording. Genius.